Today I'm gonna show you how to validate data entry for preventive maintenance servicing dates using the macro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the macro in the VBA editor, and I'm gonna use this table for me to be able to create the macro, and I'm gonna validate this date here in the third column, last PM date. Okay, so this just imagine that this table is a very long table, and it's very difficult to to validate the date, or you get the incorrect dates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create the macro to find out, and then I'm gonna create a message box that will say invalid date in row number so and so. And then the next thing after the message box, then the interior color or the fill color will appear, or the highlight will appear. Okay, so let's get started. Create the macro. I'm gonna open the VBA editor, Alt plus F11. So I'm gonna insert the module 1, and then I'm gonna close this window to have a clearer view of the screen. So my macro would be sub validate PM dates, preventive maintenance dates. Okay, enter. Then the first variable would be dim WS worksheet as worksheet. Okay, then next variable is last row, dim last row as long. Okay, and the next variable is I, so dim I as long. Okay, and then I'm gonna set the worksheet, set WS equal sign this workbook dot sheets. Okay, then enclose the parentheses, the sheet number 1, sheet 1. Okay, enter. And then I'm gonna set the last row equal sign, then WS dot cells, WS dot rows dot count. We're gonna count the last row. Okay, the entire row, we're gonna count it, then comma, then we're gonna count the column C, okay, where you have the last PM date. So column C, then I'm gonna close it, then I'm gonna say okay, the function to count the row from the bottom going upward, so that would be dot end. Okay, double dot, then Excel up that row. Alright, and then okay, I'm gonna loop now the variable I for I equals 2. Okay, because the data will start from row number 2, because the row number 1 we get the header, okay, to last row. Okay, and then I'm gonna write a conditional statement if not, okay, if it is not, date is date, then I'm gonna say WS cells dot cells, and I'm gonna use the variable I, comma, then column number 3, then close. Okay, that value. Okay, and then close again. Then, okay, message box. Now we're gonna write the message box. Message box. What contained in our message box is this, because we're gonna inform the user of the invalid date. So invalid, we're gonna find out the invalid date in row. Okay, this is in column number 3, the last PM date. Okay, so ampersand, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little space here, then ampersand, then variable I, comma, VB exclamation. That is the thing that I'm gonna use. So VB exclamation. Okay, tab, right? And then after appearing of the box, the macro will highlight the cell. I'm gonna color it yellow, the interior color. The fill color would be yellow. So I'm gonna say ws.cells. Okay, I'm gonna use the variable I again, and it's gonna happen in column number 3. Okay, last PM date. Okay, then I'm gonna close it, then dot interior dot color. So as I've said, the color would be VB yellow. Okay, simple as that, right? Then we get a hanging if condition statement, so I'm gonna close it in if. Okay, then also hanging loop through, so I'm gonna say next I. Okay, and that's it. Okay, we get a short, simple code for us to be able to get the invalid date and be able to highlight the invalid date. All right, so I'm gonna go back to Excel. Okay, now I'm gonna open the macro dialog box, Alt F8. Okay, now I'm gonna use so this time I'm gonna use I'm gonna put a shortcut key, and I'm gonna say Control plus D. I'm gonna use D letter. Click OK. Then I'm gonna cancel this. Okay, now I'm gonna use so every time we, it's easy if you have a shortcut key, because every time you make changes on the date, let's just say this is very long list of, let's say 100 200 equipment that needs to be monitored. Okay, and then you want to to confirm the dates, you want to validate the date, so it's easier if you have a shortcut key. So my shortcut key is Control plus D. Okay, so there you have it, your message box. You have the VB exclamation, then you have invalid date in row number 5. Okay, click OK, then the highlight will appear. Not yet. Okay, not yet. So that is the thing that you have to correct if you are the person who is doing this task, monitoring the preventive maintenance servicing of your vehicles or your fleet. Okay, there's another invalid date in row number 7. Click OK. There you have it, you get the highlighted. So it would be easy to correct it because it is already highlighted. So okay, this is would be a good tool for you if you're the user of this system. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time.